depending on your time zone. It's a great pleasure welcoming you to today's political rumbles here. Rumble TV. Yes, of course, you're getting on well. Wherever you might be watching us from, and I welcome you to another week altogether, and trusting that God will continue to keep us safe with deep sadness. Of course, I express the unfortunate demise of one of beloved one. Though in the good in course of time, we'll get to know that. Let me just keep it, of course, private now. It is quite unfortunate, but then, in total submission to the will of God, we pray that his soul, of course, will have eternal rest. Yes, we're here to discuss about a very important issue bordering on our existence and on the security of life and property within the Nigerian state. The former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dogara, of course, visited the victims of the genocidal onslaught that went on in just this weekend. He was greeted with so many disappointments, disaster, and the extent of damage and the horrifying uh, massacre of these innocent civilians, indigents, over 28, some claim it's over 50 communities that were weathered by these dastard elements, who unfortunately up to now have not been, of course, brought to book. They have not been arrested for prosecutions, and these have been long sustained over the years. And we begin to ask, according to some investigation, that over 8,000 Nigerians were killed as a result of insurgency and religious crisis last year, 2023. Over 8,000, just to say the least. And here again, the killing has resumed. You can see all the way from even Kaduna State was attacked on Friday. About three communities were also attacked. A new fresh attack after the 24, 25, 26 December's attack on the communities of the Plateau State. The Kaduna also communities have their own share of this brutal massacre. I begin to ask, where is the state? Where is the instrument of the state? Where is the security of life and property, which is the primary essence of government, of any responsible government? Dogara, of course, directed the president, telling him, of course, he should go after these dastard elements and not assume the position of mourners in chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where Nigeria is now the state of mourners, where you have the chief of the grand commander in chief now being addressed as the grand mourners in chief, where even the instrument of the state can no longer guarantee the safety of lives within the Nigerian territory. You're
All right.
welcome this morning.
All right. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Nigerians in diaspora. Good morning, Nigerians, anywhere you're watching me from. Good morning, Nigerians, from any angle that you're watching me from. This is MC Groma. This morning, before I just go straight into the program of the day, I really want to use the opportunity. If some of you watch me this morning, you will see that I was actually drinking my Pepsi. You understand? Because there is one thing about me. I don't know how they did it, but I think I'm so much in love with Pepsi. So you Pepsi company should do something about me. I'm taking your product a lot. You people should refund my money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me go straight to the point of the day. Please, if you look at what is happening in Nigeria, you will agree with me, my brother, that we're talking about security. You can't have any security because the government knows these people. They know these people causing these hazards. They know these people causing this mayhem on us. They know them very well. But so, but they are just above the law. These guys are some of them are just bunch of people that are above the law. You cannot just catch them. But that the government doesn't know about them is a lie. The government knows the terrorists of this country, but they are not ready to do anything. The government knows their sponsor, they are not ready to do anything. Now let me ask you, if there is peace, how will they make their money? Do you know how much federal government spends on weapons? How are they going to make their money? So what I'm trying to say, this is just an arrangement within government stuff. They know these people. This is a systematic way of them to loot and make money for themselves. So
At
good
the expense of the
at the expense of
lives
the
of
lives of
Nigerians.
the they are because if you look at Nigeria, we don't value life. My brother, we don't. Nigeria have never been a country that values life. Ever since I've been existing in Nigeria, ever since I grew up in Nigeria, I've always come to realize Nigeria to be a country that doesn't value lives. Even when you're dying now. I will tell you one incident that happened one day. While I was just around, one woman came to beg. And you need to see that this woman is totally hungry, begging for money for food to feed herself. And people that were there were just laughing. Say, all this 419. People that were there were just laughing.
Okay, I think you are back. We're back online. Sorry for the interruption
All right.
due to some network glitches.
All
Yes, sir,
right.
you can continue.
All right. So just like I was saying, the government knows these people very well. But the problem, these people are too big for them. These people are too big for them to go and capture or for them to go and arm. So they can't do anything to these people. So that's why I say Nigerian government should stop giving all these rubbish stories that these guys are terrorists or whatever. They know them. Let me tell you, if Nigerian government
They knew
wants,
them,
yes, if
and
Nigerian
the
government,
killings persist, and
yeah,
they don't want to
the
go after them.
killings persist. Yes, I was telling you a story. When the woman came there, was begging for food, and you know they were laughing. So I was not telling them that this woman is a soldier. What's our business about that? I felt bad. I called the woman. I gave her 2,000 naira. Immediately I gave her the money. The woman time I was watching the woman went to one restaurant immediately there. I wanted to be sure. I just walked into the restaurant and I saw the woman eating eba. Come on. But this is what we Nigerians will say is faking. Is faking. It is not fake. It's not everything that is fake. There are things that when you as a person sees, you should be able to assist or help. That's how it goes. But in Nigeria, it doesn't go that way. Nigeria, I don't know how we take things in this country. I don't know. We take things somehow. So what I want to say is the government knows these people. If Nigerian government comes out to tell me they don't know them, they are blue liars. They know these people. But the thing is that they cannot go after them because these so-called people are bigger than the might.
Are bigger than this
The mighty.
states.
Yeah. They
How
are
do you
bigger
mean?
than they are bigger than the mighty. You know when they say somebody's bigger than the mighty, we have a mighty one, but this guy is bigger than the mighty, meaning that it's not just somebody you can catch easily. So that's the reason why these guys cannot easily catch it. Their sponsors are very great. When you are bigger than the mighty, their sponsors are big.
No, the unfortunate thing is that at the same 25th, where these people were massacred, butchered, even including children, the president was aware and he went on with his celebration,
Of
hosting of
course,
all the state governors,
because
including that of Plateau State.
let me tell
He
you.
left Plateau, he left his own citizens, Plateau citizens, in the pool of their blood, littered on the floors. and flew down to Lagos to celebrate.
I want to tell you something about Tinubu. Tinubu has never been a good leader. This is a man who doesn't care about blood. This is a man who doesn't care if there's any wastage, wastages of blood. This is a man who doesn't give a damn. Even when he was in Lagos State, he demonstrated a lot of it. He had the likes of MC Oluomo working for him that is using as his own instrument. So I don't want to go into that. You understand? So, but we all know Tinubu very well. Nobody, someone like me, nobody needs to tell me who Tinubu is. So he's there as a president. Do you expect Tinubu to continue to lick your wounds? No, we can't lick your wounds. The people that got affected are poor masses. What is his business with poor masses? Do you think Tinubu cares? Do you think Tinubu cares anyhow for any of the promises in this country? No, Tinubu doesn't care what happens to the promises. So how do you expect him to start to lick our wound? He can't do that. So what I'm trying to say is that in as long as we have a president who doesn't feel anything for the poor masses, who doesn't have any sympathy for the poor masses, these are the results you get. These are the kind of things you get. You will always expect to negligence and rejection from such a person, because that is what he will always do, because he will neglect us and he will reject us. So to me, we are all just clamoring. All the things we do in social media, television station, we all speak English to see if at the end of the day, if God could pacify his heart.
No, not about speaking English. This
Yeah.
affects humans. It affects us.
But what can we do?
We are just fortunate to be the survivors of today,
And that's what I'm saying. What can
which
we do?
invariably, the survivors of today might probably, of course, possibly become a victim of tomorrow.
What can you do? Even
So
what
what
can you do? English,
can we
English.
do
Listen, Oga.
to arrest this menace,
English
this
language.
atrocity, and abnormality?
English language is the only thing people like me can answer. When we speak in the whole world, we praise us. But anything short of that, there's nothing can do. You know why? Because the person you are talking to is not a listener.
Whether he's a listener or not, he has the constitutional obligation to protect life and property. That's why he's there.
I love what you said.
If outside that, he has no reason being there.
Constitutional
Whether it is by
obligation.
group or by whatever means he gets there, he is under obligation.
Okay.
It's binding on him to protect life and property.
I love that language. Constitutional obligation. Listen, my brother, what you just did now is English language. Do you know why? Because all these people, most of them are they are illiterate. Most of them didn't go to school. So when you come out to say this is a constitutional obligation, they don't understand what you're talking. What they want to do is what they know. So you speaking grammar, constitutional obligation. Let me tell you, is it not constitutional obligation to Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu? What happened? These are the questions I ask. Is it not constitutional obligation for him to release Nnamdi Kanu? What happened? They are still detaining him.
Just
so
as
what I was saying,
Dogara asked him, stop being mourners in chiefs. How can you be the president of a country, a citizens that whose life, of course, cannot be protected, and you call yourself the chief gang commander in chief of the Federal Republic? So we must do everything possible, of course, under the law, to bring his attention and get him do what he has to do.
you can't get Tinubu to do what he wants to do. The only thing you can do is to put him out of the office. That's what I stand. I don't know what is wrong with Nigerians. Some Nigerians still keep thinking that Tinubu is going to perform the magic. Which magic? Somebody who is not even educated. He happens to malinga himself into the top and is there. And you're expecting to fix a magic on you? It's not possible. The only thing you can do is to put him out of the office. And that is why I keep campaigning. And let Nigerians troop out the streets. And let's go. And let's say we don't want Tinubu again. That is it.
Just like the youth of the northern Kaduna state, southern Kaduna has come up to address the world that they cannot continue to watch their own communities, their own cultural heritage, their own fathers and mothers, students, while being raped, killed at will. And yet, The government, the security agencies are not doing anything to
Okay.
safeguard and protect them. Now, they are going to take arms to defend themselves as that have become a necessary evil.
Of course, that's what I think about even. It's just quite unfortunate that it's just coming late now. But that has always been the thing. When I was in school, I learned martial arts. I learned kung fu when I was in school. And let me tell you the truth, my kung fu is as a result of any attack from any goddamn fucking soul. That is why I learned my kung fu. It's just for any attack from any goddamn fucking soul. You understand me? That's when I learned the kung fu. So now, I don't think any man of my standard could just come to try to intimidate me. Even if you are 4 or 5, I can take you on
No,
the road.
when they are armed to the teeth with AK
I know.
47, 49,
I don't want to go into
so how could you
details.
withstand them?
I don't want to go into details about that. But what I want to tell you about that, because this is national television, I'm also not ordinary. Do you
So
understand
now,
me?
do you think that the position of the Kaduna youth now could be put aside,
No, I love
could
their
be hampered
protest.
by the
I,
military
I,
who have failed woefully
I
to
love the
protect them
I
on
love the
several occasions?
I love the protest of the Cardinal youths. But what I want to tell them is this, okay? If you have your knife, protect yourself. You outsiders have been protecting yourselves. All this thing they're just trying to do is what I call film trick. Outsiders have been going around with knife and all those dangerous weapons. So why is it now that you're making noise? So please spare your noise for somebody else.
These are not
To me,
outside communities. There are other ethnic
see, let me tell
nationalities
you.
whose existence has been
Let me
threatened
tell you.
by the Fulani
I was I
land
was I
grabbers.
was in northern Nigeria. I had a problem with somebody in Sabongeri, and I was a guy when I was in Kano. We were discussing all of a sudden. So it was an argument. So the argument became so much this thing that the guy said to me, Obanka. Of course, Obanka is an Hausa language. So when he said Obanka, for me, I don't understand Hausa, but I understand. There's one I understand better. I just said, Jamboro Oba. That thing now turned the guy's face. To my greatest surprise, he brought out dagger. Tiger was holding him. But because my training as a martial arts, I never feared that dagger. Then what I was telling, I said, with your dagger, if I collect it, I swear I will stab you to death. While I was saying it, he never knew. While I was just trying to make him look weak, make him look weak with my statement. So while I was saying it, we were just talking. I was targeting that hand that he used in holding the knife. All of a sudden, I just gave that hand blow. Then the knife fell down, and I hit him with this place. He fell down. So that's one thing. It is the only place you can let us when you go to when you of course go into martial arts or rather study kung fu and the rest of them. You can know all those things. But what I'm trying to say, before the outside guy woke up, I've already said on him. He was now shouting, why you Allah, why you Allah, why you Allah. So what I'm trying to say is, of course, why you Allah is just like saying sorry or please, please. That's the outside
No, you
statement.
just said,
I don't know. Why you Allah? What's
my God, my God.
okay? Why that's what you was saying? Why you Allah? Why you Allah? So at the end of the day, I
Oh
mean,
my God, oh my God.
yeah.
Something
So at
like
the end
that.
of
Just
the
an
day,
exclamation.
that was when the guy woke up from that day. The guy started giving me respect. So what I'm trying to say, this country is a spoiled country, and there's no repair. Tinubu cannot fix this country. An old man dying that will fix this country at that age. I mean, it's just like saying somebody wants 3 or 4 years to go to heaven to come and fix your country for you. So, please,
Someone said that Nigeria is seriously bleeding,
yes, we are.
seriously wounded, and with this development, you can't deny that fact.
Let me tell you what I intend to do. I don't want to let my plans to be known, but I want to tell you, take it or leave it. 2027, P2B is coming there as a president. Whatever it takes to put P2B there, I will put him there. So let's not be in a hurry for now. Let's watch and see 2027 because Tinubu is not going back there.
How many people survive until then? That is an issue of concern. And let me greet Benga George. I said good morning, Mr. Chigozie. Good morning to you wherever you be watching us. Let us know where you are watching from. Fabian Mwadike, Happy New Year to you all. Thank you and same to you. But in this early year of 2024, killings have resumed, hostility across sports, and that is quite unfortunate. How long can we continue in this level of killing, reckless killing of innocent citizens under the watch of the federal government, under the watch of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, and yet the military seems to be totally helpless.
The military have they helped themselves?
Totally helpless.
They are dying in
Let
this
alone
country.
coming to the rescue
They are
of
dying
the
everywhere.
citizens.
The military, the military you have now, are they military? All these ones are Boy Scouts. All this one you have in Nigeria army is Boy Scouts. It's only when they see civilians they start to shake civilians. Look at ordinary is in this country, Niger Republic, they are threatening to fight Africans there, threatening to fight so many. Shebi Nigeria is beginning to shake. Foolish Nigerians. What I'm trying, we don't have military. What we have is Boy Scouts. That's what I tell you. It's quite clear. It's quite unfortunate in this country. When
You,
you speak the truth.
an average military man will describe you as a bloody civilian. What right have you to call them scouts? You know what happens?
It's just a
They say
scout.
that he's a bastard civilian.
But it is only when they see you civilian that the military grows strength. But when they see military like themselves, their strength disappears. And that is why when the Republic told them, bring war, we're standing for it, Nigerian armies are feared, they are already shaking. Those are men like them. They are always afraid of men like that. But they are always very strong when it comes across a bloody civilian. Stupid people. Listen, this is MC grammar. I fear nobody. You can't intimidate me. I told you. I'm a martial arts person. You can't intimidate me with anything.
Now
But not
it is
what
very
I'm saying.
clear, Mr. MC Grammar, that in terms of security, the country is bleeding.
Yes, we are.
No part of the country is supposedly safe. And somebody confided in me that in Ondo State, there was a time the governor, the one that was late, Klidoru, was lamenting over the brutal killings of Ondo people by the Fulani herders. He told me now, some communities, all their hunters has been wiped out by the Fulanis, and they have occupied some of the communities in Southwest, but some are still living in denial. You see, over the incessant activities of these Fulani militias.
Can I say something? Most of the states, all these Nigerian states, they are the problem. For instance, me being a Mumo State person, if I'm the governor, I will give you order, wipe away Fulanis.
No, you can't just say that.
I said
You can't just say that because it does not promote humanity.
right.
And whatever does not promote humanity, we don't subscribe to that.
That's Nigeria for you when you
You
speak
see,
the truth.
we
They will
are
tell you,
after the miscreants, those constituting mayhem, should be arrested, prosecuted to serve as deterrents to others. But when the government fails to carry out this prosecution, of course, it won't deter others. It will give them more boost
okay,
to continue the killings.
Let me say one last word to Nigerians. Please, I used to say this, we don't have government, but anywhere you are, always struggle for yourself. Always struggle to be the best in your life. Always struggle for your family. Always struggle to see how you can become great in life. Don't think you have a government. You don't have a reliable government. This is the last advice I'll give to Nigerians. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, MC Grammar. I do appreciate your wonderful submissions this morning. But the reality is that how long can we continue to watch our loved ones, I mean, humanity, being at the risk of extinction only because they found ourselves within the Nigerian territory or supposed contraction? It is quite sad, unacceptable, barbaric, and condemnable in all terms, and should be, of course, condemned by every sane human society. And beyond that, we should begin to think, what can we do to get ourselves secured and to forestall further attacks? Because my people said, do say, nke mere emejọ oyi emekwa ọzọ. You see, while we are still nursing the pains that comes as a result of this psychological trauma resulting from the death of innocent children and their mothers and, of course, fathers, uh, they will also carry out another dastard act. They will also unleash mayhem on the population of the defenseless, innocent communities and get away with that. I mean, you begin to ask, is that a state? What kind of society, what kind of country is that? Within your own territory, territorial integrity, your own people are being butchered, killed at will. Even when distress call, according to the last massacre in Plateau, over 34 distress calls was put across to the security operatives, but yet they could not come to the rescue of these people until they were entire villages, communities were raided, and people were left lifeless. Houses were burnt, their properties and wealth were looted, and only to begin to arrest those who are protesting the grievance of the grave damage and killings that have been carried out by these dastard elements. It is quite unfortunate and very sad, honestly, and that could not foster any unity. With that, Nigeria can never, of course, has never become one. And with the body language of the government, it supposes there are some heavyweights within the corridor of power who is still interested in the killings of these innocent people, or perhaps who are saddled with the responsibility of protecting and foretelling further attacks, but they are not doing anything or possibly little to protect the citizens. It is quite unfortunate, and we as humans, of course, I wouldn't blame the Kaduna youth who said, if we fail to act proactively now, if we continue to wait the federal government and the security operatives agencies, our lives will be wiped off. We will not have, of course, to live to tell the story of how the brutal and the genocidal, of course, onslaught has been sustained. So we must act now before it is too late for us. Well, you wouldn't blame them because they have the right to self-defense. When the veteran becomes too high and the government cannot counter for them, the government cannot provide the basic security to life and properties. Imagine the wanton destruction of life and properties. How much could be spent? Okay, can I have you? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, comrade.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure having you this
yeah,
morning.
yeah, it's my pleasure. I just wanted to make a brief give an information.
Yes, but before that, we are discussing about the onslaught and the massacre, the brutal killings of innocent civilians in Nigeria. Why the primary essence of government is to protect life and property, and the government still watching people kill it at will, without, of course, arresting the purpose.
That one does not concern me because it has nothing to do with me, so I'm not concerned.
About the massacre of
Yes, I'm not concerned.
innocent
Yes,
civilians.
yes, it is what I have to say that I'm concerned about.
So it doesn't affect you over the lapses of the government?
No, it doesn't concern me, it doesn't affect me. I'm not concerned at all.
No.
It is what I want to say that is concerned, that concerns me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what can you say before you allow you to say? What can you say about the security situation in Nigeria? Are you happy with the development?
Government should do what they need to do. That's what I have to say. Government should just do what they need to say. Let me quickly just give this information. Naira will be 1 naira to $1 eventually.
When? How? By which administration?
Let's just watch and see. Naira is a prophecy. Naira will be $1 to $1. 1 naira to $1.
But what is the current value of naira now?
I think it's close to
dollar.
1,000. Close to 1,000. It's close to 1,000. $1 to naira. $1 is close to 1,000 naira. Close to it.
Close to
But
1,000.
but I'm giving a prophecy today that is going to be 1 naira equal to $1. Thank you very
That
much.
means, okay, you are one of those Nigerians youths who are living in denial, in oblivion, of course, in the world of fantasy. You never even know what is happening in Nigeria. Imagine a young guy coming to make blunder of himself, telling us that a naira is close to 1,000, a dollar is close to 1,000 naira. You can imagine where a dollar is hitting 1,200. And he's telling us it's close to that, a dollar will become 1 naira. How? So he's coming to do prophecy. That is apparent madness. We have my brother, good morning. Let's just forget about those those who has lost, of course, their sense of reason. You can imagine a young guy coming here to tell us naira will become 1 naira to dollar. That is what he said. He's not even interested in the massacre and the brutal killings going on in the country. That is just coming here to tell us that in 1 naira will become equals to $1. How? How possible? Under what arrangements? What are the indications?
I want to know that is it for this generation or the next generation? So
He didn't provide answer to that, and maybe, well, let me just say it at discussion. Dogara, of course, called the president of Nigeria, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, not to be the mourners-in-chief as the grand commander of the armed forces. Where and what is he grand commanding when people are being killed on daily basis? As grand commander-in-chief, you are helpless over the brutal killings of your supposed citizens, which you have the primary responsibility to protect their life and property. Your take on that?
In Nigeria, yeah, Nigeria didn't serve life and property. They serve their own interests. Let's forget life and property in Nigeria. Ahmed Tinubu, or Nigeria president, he's not fighting for common people, regardless of the property. Ahmed Tinubu is fighting for his own selfish interests. Let's say before the campaign, he said that Nigeria belongs to him, it's his own property. And after everything, he will do everything to capture Nigeria. I blame Nigeria so much because many of them, they said their rights because of one thing or the other. They are not looking about the common people. Look at in Nigeria here, no security. Killing, killing, and kidnap. We are not talking about food again. Food is only for the rich men, it's not for common men. Properties we are talking about is only for the big men, it's not for common people. Then destroy properties every day. Look at the computer village. They give them some part of computer village that are selling phone, laptop accessories. They give the only 24 hours to pack out. One of my neighbor is here. 24 hours.
He was affected.
Yes, 24 hours. And some people didn't pack their load go.
Right.
Before on 31st, by 1 o'clock midnight that day, Nigeria government, Alausa here, Lagos State government, they carry mopo, military and police, all of them, when they carry more than 20 vehicles there to destroy properties. What they are deceiving us, they are saving property and life. No, they are not doing it. They are using to scam people daily basis. In Nigeria, nothing like security or government. We are government our own. If you wake up a day, you know that you are your own government. You are not care about our government.
No, the institutions are very weak. Even the security institutions. Where are the DSS or state security service that's responsible for intelligence gathering and all that? If they are active, if they are working, if they are strong, and if they are committed to that cause of protecting life and property, they would have nipped, of course, all these crises before.
Mr. Chigozie, I want to ask you a question. Do you believe Nigeria have DSS in Nigeria?
Of course, I have no other option but to doubt the veracity, because with what is happening, I'm in doubt if actually they exist in reality. Or just a mere nomenclature.
They are just camouflage.
Just camouflage, honestly.
They are camouflage. They are working to the cabals. If anybody is there against the government, those the people they will go and meet. But the common people call themselves DSS. They are nothing. Nothing. Look at Mazin Nandekano. Who was Mazin Nandekano? Called DSS, have you? Before you go enter see Nandekano, the people want to see when the lawyer before want to see Nandekano, the lawyer will remove all the whole clothes. Is it the work of DSS to see the person that holds? No, you never believe DSS. Go out that country, see DSS. They work professional work. Nigeria, I didn't believe we have DSS. They have camouflage.
Or maybe maybe working for some vested interest. Because you can't tell me over 50 communities was overrun by militias, criminals.
But they are calling 50 community in your state, Imo State. My state, Imo State. Did Imo State they safe? The answer is no. Go to Anambra State, Anambra State is not safe. Go to West, yeah, West is not safe. Because it's the one happened in the north, you know, that's what some people that are talking about. In Ogun State, you know, many people leave Ogun State because of no security. Where did you say?
Honestly.
They kidnap people every place day by day. No, I didn't believe we don't have DSS.
Now, the Kaduna youths have come out to say we can protect ourselves since the government has failed us. We must take, of course, the horn by the bull. Otherwise, we will all be wiped off. Do you think that is the right time?
There is no problem I have in this country. They know how to start. They don't know how to finishing. Starting is not the problem. What we need is finishing. If those guys, those youths can wake up very well and finish the job properly, I'm very, very happy.
But don't you think the security operatives will now come after them to mob the arms and tell them to submit their arms?
That's why I said that we will not have finishing. That's why I
Why
said
they can't still
Nigeria
protect
youth.
the people?
Now,
We ask them to submit any arms they have procured in the defense of their mothers, children's, families, and others.
the problem we have now is that call youth, Nigeria youth, they are not organized. One politician or two will call one of their leaders, guy, you say you didn't know the consequence. Come, take social amount, just send their account detail and wire something on your account. You see it. When they wire millions of naira of dollars, what will happen later? That agitation will do it, they will drop it.
To die off.
They will die off. Look at NSAS. What happened? This politician, immediately a politician hijack the thing. NSAS just died immediately. Let me tell you one thing, the reason why Biafra is progressing very well. It's very hard to you to bribe majority of Igbo guys than men. They are youth. That's what makes Biafra issue is moving faster than before. Do you know how much Nigeria bribed Nnamdi Kanu to drop it? But Nnamdi Kanu refused. I respect Ikonso. May so rest in peace. I respect Ikonso. Do you know how much they try to grab Ikonso to drop? No. Look at Samenepa. We know how many times Nigeria tried to convince the young man to drop agitation. But the answer is no. Those people, they are not interested with your fucking currency.
Now, dropping agitation, can their safety be guaranteed in Nigeria under this current configuration? Under what is happening?
My brother, the answer,
Communities are left at their own, at the mercy of whatever happens to them. So, don't you think these are reasons why the agitation in the first place has been sustained? Because the people want a system that can protect their own cultural heritage, their own people, their posterity, and their lives and that of their families.
my brother, I want to use one movie. Go and watch horror film. Let me say the horror film, the president is thorough. Do you think that they will stop eating flesh of human being? The answer is no. Call Nigeria president and the vice president of Nigeria. They are the vampire. No, they call vampire. They are real vampires sucking human being blood. This they cannot stop as far as this government concerned. It cannot mark it. So the thing to stop will become more worse. I remember Jonathan is a president. They tackled Jonathan because of 300 children get they kidnapped. Now, Tinubu and Tinubu and Buhari and Fashola, they said that they will stop, they will find, they will must get that 300 Chibok girls. But after everything, Buhari ruled how many years? 8
years.
good years. Did the Chibok get released? The answer is no. More disaster, killing happened the regime of Muhammadu Buhari.
More kidnapping.
More kidnapping. Now, call the Jagaban. What happened? 25 December, what happened? They use 195 people celebrate Christmas.
More than more than
For only
is underreported
one
because
state, we didn't make sure that state that pepper or meat I didn't carry.
2 days ago,
2 days
this
ago,
weekend, Kaduna, over three communities
happen again.
was attacked.
What are we talking about?
Conventional media didn't carry it. What is happening?
My brother, this government, to be sincere, Nigeria is not safe.
Nigeria is not safe. According to someone, he said Nigeria is seriously wounded
Nigeria,
and is bleeding.
what is wounded? Nigeria is die. What remain for Nigeria to do what? To do the last burial. Look at, go to international airport. People is leaving Nigeria to easy because of what? No security. Hungry in the country. The worst thing you can
Forcing
do
people out of the country.
the worst thing you can do common man is what? To remove food for common man mouth. But the Nigeria government, they did it so well.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Thank you for these wonderful submissions. On this note, of course, you've had the submissions of this analyst, esteemed analyst here in Political Rumbles here in Corewave TV. Corewave TV remains, of course, a content creation television channel where the unbiased reportage of events, of course, in our unique system is being reported to reflect the true realities within our unique system and, of course, the world at large, where we keep the impulse of the masses very true and real. Of course, it's quite unfortunate that lives keep wasting. Lives are being lost at will, and nobody, including the government, are taking serious responsibility for such a breach, security breach, and which results to wanton destructions of life and property, including innocent children, has become victim of this cruelty, victim of this conspiracy, victim of this genocide going on, and must be condemned by every responsible society, by every responsible man, of course, a woman here on earth. It is quite sad. What do you think, as a fans, wherever they will be watching us, what do you think is the way forward uh, to get this solved once and for all? You can, through the comment section, let us know what is your position or what you think the gap or the lacuna that is being created. And it is quite unfortunate that this is happening, honestly. And let's continue to watch and see how solutions could be provided. To some, they believe that the only way forward is the restoration or the balkanization of this country, because it has become overwhelmingly clear and certain that the safety of life and properties within the shores of Nigeria can no longer be guaranteed by this instrument of the states. It's quite unfortunate that even the instruments of the states, the security operatives, the military, and the police are losing their men, the gallant men, of course, to insurgency, to insecurity, internal insecurity. And that have, of course, left a very heavy burden of the security personnel and the morale in combating insecurity, and some heavyweights or heavy personalities are taking undue advantage of this insurgency to enrich themselves, smiling to the banks while people are being destroyed. We have Mr. Dan here. Let's have you. Where people are destroyed, lives are wasted, families have been annihilated, some people are taking undue advantage of this cruel system. It is quite unfortunate, quite sad, okay. I hope you are not. Good morning.
Good morning. What's happening?
Thank you. We are here to discuss a very important issue. Oluwawa.
Oh, you are welcome. We are available because we are Nigeria.
We are Nigeria.
Yes.
Now, Dogara said to Tinubu, stop being the mourner in chief. You are the commander in chief, but Nigerians are being killed. How long can we continue to mourn? Act as a commander in chief, you are, and get the killers of these innocent citizens
See,
arrested.
that language, Dogara said it, abi? And it's a very language, a very harsh question to him. He's a president in chief, commander in chief of the armed forces. He came there and he brought those people there. He had to stop the killing, the massacring of citizens of Nigeria. We have been hearing, and we thought he came and dismantled them according to his six. But now, where is the power? He doesn't have authority.
He said he has mastered the Nigerian problem and he has the capacity to fix it.
How long can you be waiting for fixing something and something is getting out of hand? Until everything is gone?
Do we still wait for the capacity or do we look for another person?
I will look for another person. Is it possible for you to look for another person? They came with their power. They came with their power to come and stay and chop and go. They don't care for you and I. They don't care for you and I anymore. They came to pack it. They came to pack it the money and they will go. So whether you die or you don't die, that is their own. The other day, the army authority was saying there will be a mistake in the bombing of Kaduna village.
Imagine mistake.
After 2 months, there is now a wicked massacre in Plateau State.
Another mistake, and nobody turned up.
Mistake. We don't tire to carry any more of their shit.
Even their military jet didn't respond.
They are hackers, all of them are hackers. Tinubu is a lion. You can't say you be lion of the Babylon. Now, how you ever catch any antelope? Antelope, one, you catch them. Okay, where's the meaning of that language? So we'll be waiting until what end? See, anything can happen at any time. No matter who you are, no matter how mighty you are, you can fall at any time. Because the voice of the masses is the voice of God. Because the masses are angry, and they're angry with the government, and they're angry particularly with Jakapa. So it's a fucking home house. The department is spoiled. Everybody's angry. Why? Because we give you the hope. Because we believe that there are any hope. We change things. Okay, what have I changed? You never change any fucking things. Even multiply the hash.
It has changed. It has changed from bad to worse.
Imagine that kind of statement.
That is the same
from
thing.
Bad to worse. Okay, now from worse to where?
Only God knows.
Imagine. Okay, see, it's like Buhari now. Say Buhari doesn't even know Namugu. Okay, what is the difference between Buhari and him now? This. Imagine. You say December, this one will be working. This one. You say the government. In my mind, I think that they're propaganda. They chop what doesn't exist. They try to change people's mind. They brainwash Nigeria.
But don't you think that Nigerians are
Nigeria
aware of their
Nigeria is aware of their actions now. Nigeria now know that those people that's calm.
What is the way forward?
The way for us is that we should open our eyes. If there is opportunity next time, let us come outside and shout one voice, because that one voice is only one that will save Nigeria from this mafia people's hand. Because when Nigeria say,
if they have in control of the system,
see the
system,
system,
they do think that your voice will count. Your voice will count.
We have seen the injustice that all of them have done. We don't do any. Now we can never repeat itself again. We won't allow.
How?
See, all of us will come outside in the masses and say, "This is what we want. If you want to kill people, kill people." Can you imagine? They announce election overnight. Election that they were conducted in the morning, afternoon. They now waited in the midnight because they know so there's an arrangement. That is for that my late Nicola Paputi, a doctor father. He said, army arrangement. Why you put them together? Army arrangement. Million to million, pala nonsense. People don't go vote. They go say that million to million. Army don't arrange these things. Now, I may have to announce it in midnight and send troops to all surrounding Nigeria. Anywhere cough because midnight you are sleeping, just wake up before being hakaka. See, it was arrangement, and everybody know. That's why the arrangement is not exposing little by little.
The youth of Kaduna, Southern Kaduna said they are going to take up arms to defend themselves because the government has failed to protect them.
Many times ago,
They can't continue to lose their
they can't
loved
continue because you have to sacrifice. No blood, no freedom. It's like they want to wipe them out.
No blood, no freedom, which means freedom is being contested. It's not something
You can't
that will be voluntarily given to you.
No, it's impossible.
Even the freedom to your life, to
You are
protect your life.
you are right. See, a former defense minister, the respect of gentleman, he said they should take up arms. Under Buhari,
Yes, Danjuma said
can you see when somebody in a high profile language like that, former defense minister, you don't see because he's a Christian. You see the eyes, you see the future, you see now. If you don't hold yourself and defend yourself, nobody will defend you. No government official will defend
we
you.
defend you.
They will only condone you.
Wow,
Sorry,
wow.
we will go about it. Nothing going. After some months, they will throw another arrow. Can you imagine on Christmas when people are celebrating, they throw wicked arrow and the whole security in Nigeria, no satellite, no CTV, no chicken can even detect it. They came and go. They kill and go.
Even when people were calling, nobody came to their rescue.
The whole
For
state
3 days. For 3
and
days.
Kaduna is
Very close to Jos.
NDA. It's very close to that place where we say Nigeria Academy, they are nearby. Army infrastructure, they are nearby. Military gadget, they are nearby. But it was a mastermind job.
Mastermind job. Thank you so much for your wonderful submissions.
God will bless
Yes, you said no blood, no freedom. And you can't continue to wait for the government. They are not ready to protect you, but to mourn with you, to condole with you.
Every time.
And we can't continue to accept such
And we can't.
that, and it is time to act.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
You are welcome.
Oluwawan, for your wonderful submissions here. Yes, we are here in Cowwave TV, reporting the unbiased events here and the impulse of the masses. The way forward is our interest. What do you think is the way forward? We have been hearing this series of killings almost on daily basis. And yet, the perpetrators of these killings, heinous killings, has not been one day arrested and prosecuted. Good morning, Mr. Dan.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, your take on this. What is happening? So many killings, too many killings, one killing, too many killings. And yet, the killers sometimes will be granted pardon as a repentant Boko Haram. They will go back and strategize again to kill. They will be released or integrated into the military. As repentant Boko Haram, is it there is a conspiracy somewhere that the masses are not aware?
Yeah, thank you. I think the security situation of our country has become very worrisome to any well-meaning Nigeria. Every citizen of this country should be concerned about the happenings, especially in the recent past. In my estimation, I think the president should declare a state of emergency on security so that everything that should be deployed can be done in due time. I don't think we should waste any further time concerning some of the security concerns we are having. And the president is the commander-in-chief of armed forces. He has all the arsenal within his reach. So I think he should go ahead and declare a state of emergency on security. It seems our police are overwhelmed. Of course, they are supposed to be the one in the saddle in a democracy when it comes to internal security. But it seems they are overwhelmed in some part of the country, which I think the military can support in this regard. And just as you said, the idea of infusing repentant in quotes now, repentant Boko Haram into the military system seems not to be doing us good. I think perhaps they have infiltrated, the military, and just as you said, uh, constitute sabotage in their operation. So I think there should be a review about this issue of infusing those repentant Boko Haram, as they call them, into the military system. But as fast as possible, there must be an urgent attention, and in my view, perhaps a state of emergency to be declared on security in some part of the country now.
Last week, I mean, this weekend, about 4 policemen were gunned down in Abuja by the same militias. Now, if the seat of power is not secured, where else could be secured? As Dogara told the president this weekend, don't be the mourner-in-chief. Act as the grand commander of armed forces. You can't continue to watch Nigerians killed, I mean, littered everywhere in their own pool of blood, and you still claim to be the commander-in-chief. So don't you think that word comes at the right time?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree absolutely with Dogara on that. Being the commander in chief is not just about coming out from time to time to condemn a dastardly act, only to wait for another one to occur in another part of the country. So there is more to the CNC than that. And he must act as one, just as Dogara said. He must. He's under obligation. It is mandatory for him to act in that manner. You are not voted for. You are not in that office just to come out and be condemning an act when lives of our citizens are being lost from time to time. If you remember when posting during the posting marathon of a particular year, where there was a bomb blast during that event, the American government swung into action, and in no time they were able to identify 2 brothers they were involved in that. Now they don't have an idea of where they are around Boston. So the entire, I followed the news on CNN there. The entire Boston was locked down.
Exactly.
Looking for 2 brothers.
Until they fetch them out.
Eventually, the other brother was killed, and SWAT team were deployed, moving from house to house. And in no time, they fish out the younger brother. So that is what it means to be in charge. And even before those guys were fished out, Obama came to Boston. It was Obama's time. Obama came to Boston and was assuring the people of Boston that we are going to look for these criminals. They are going to face the justice system of our country. That is how to act as a president. Not to be giving excuses, not to be condemning and all of that. Justice must be served to the victims. And that is how peace is enshrined in any society. When victims of any particular assault see justice, that is when their heart can be soothing and said, okay, at least we got something. Not countless number of people that have been turned to widows, that have been turned to motherless and fatherless, and yet no justice in sight, only for government to wait for the next havoc. No, that is we cannot continue in that line.
As we're just talking about that of Jos, of 2 days ago, about 3 communities in Kaduna again was massacred. And yet, nothing seems to have been done by the government to protect lives. And the Southern Kaduna youth are saying now, enough is enough. we are going to take up arms and defend ourselves. But unfortunately, do you think that we see the light of the day? Because the same government will come and ask them to submit their arms.
You know, um, when a government can no longer protect the citizen and the citizen resort to self-help, anarchy is looming. That is the truth. And just as Mr. Femi Falana, SAN, said, the right to life is in the Constitution. The right to self-defense is in the Constitution. As a matter of fact, the right to bear arms as a citizen of this country is in the Constitution. What is only important in bearing arms is that it is sought for properly, legally. It is sought for from the appropriate quarters. You cannot tell the people, just wait, don't worry, until you are killed. It doesn't make any sense to me.
And they're being killed.
And they are being
Actually.
killed. You cannot say, so if you don't have what it takes to defend them, I think these guys should apply for weapon, which they are not likely to be given anyway, from what we have seen in the past. We have an average header in the forest, fully armed, sometimes with AK-47, and yet the communities, the people in those communities don't have any arm when they have been attacked.
Just like Ondo, one of the Ondo indigenes said that their hunters have been killed by the same Fulanis with AK-47. That's why the then governor was lamenting, crying to the communities, what communities, the communities, to come to their rescue. Now he's gone. So that is the same problem spreading across board. Now, with all this multi-plural nature of the state of insecurity, do you think Nigerian governments will survive? Because somebody said that Nigeria is seriously bleeding. In the east, there is turbulence, there is insecurity. In the west, the same thing. In the north, has become the order of the day. So, with this level of bleeding, do you think Nigerian government state will survive it?
Yes, we can only hope that the nation survives it. But if this trend should continue, the nation may not survive it. Much as we don't hope for the worst to happen. But that will depend on what government is doing at the moment. That will depend on how government is looking at this entire situation and responding responsibly as a government. That is the only way the worst can be averted. So it is not just hoping in foolishness. Government must hope, must swing into action immediately and stem this evil tide and stem this evil wave of banditry that is ravaging the land. And I think that is the only way the nation will not go down for it.
Thank you so much for this brilliant and wonderful
pleasure,
submissions
Thank
once
you.
again. We do appreciate. Thank you so much. You've heard it from him, the in-depth analysis of events. He said that is the only way that Nigeria will not go down for it. We don't expect the worst, but the worst is staring at us. The other thing is very much here around us. Of course, it's been expressed in our daily lives. People are living in fears of unknown, and things are getting worse and worse. That communities are being raided, killed, even children. These are war crimes and should be condemned even by the international communities. I've not heard the South African government condemning the genocide going on in Africa. Just a very close, it's a stone throw here. But you are busy condemning Gaza killings and invasion by Israel. What double standard is that? Your people are being killed. Is the Geneva Convention not affecting those in Plateau, in the eastern part of Nigeria that are being killed at will? I mean, Kaduna massacres are not captured or protected by the Geneva Convention. So, what is the African leaders doing? Why can they continue in this deception and hiding under pretense, not telling themselves the truth? Lives are being wasted on daily basis, and it's time to act. According to the last analyst, of course, Nigeria will only be spared if proactive actions, responsive and res- timely actions are taken. If not, of course, it's just a matter of time, and Nigeria will be blown up by this uh, ever increasing insecurity, rocking the entire length and breadth of this country. Nowhere is safe. And of course, someone will say, in order to have peace, you must prepare for war. I think that is what the Southern Kaduna youths have done at this time. And you may not have to blame them, because if you are in their shoe, you will also contemplate that it is in the Constitution the right to life, the right to self defense, and the stitching time says nine. On this note, I leave you with this, of course, submissions until we find a way, of course, uh, in subsequent edition. Remain blessed, and with a painful heart and sadness, I want to, of course, send my condolences to the family of Mrs. Joy Ehi, who lost, of course, their father, their husband, their brother, and of course, a very good man. Uh, the early hours of today's being the 8th day of January 2024. May the good Lord give the entire family, of course, give the entire family the heart to bear this irreparable loss. This is one of the esteemed viewers here. We commiserate with the family who are passing through very tired time, and very tired time indeed, as they mourn their bereaved and a very successful father of two. God bless this family. May God continue to grant them the heart to bear this irreparable loss, and may the soul of the disease be granted eternal rest in Jesus' name. I may want to observe a minute silence to this family in solidarity with them as they pass through this very difficult time in life. Thank you once again. Remain blessed. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget to hit the subscription buttons. Of course, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this, so that the YouTube algorithm will be able to introduce and push this program more to the public, for those who will be interested to view and participate in this in-depth analysis and reportage. Of course, we are offering on daily basis. Thank you once again, and remain blessed until the next edition. Bye.